Hey everyone, welcome back to Manifesting Auntie. I am Erica. This is our time together. We're gonna go over manifesting and setting intentions today. I mean, I feel like I cannot be your manifesting auntie if I'm not telling you, actively showing you, and telling you how to manifest, right? So that's our goal today. So if you look up the definition for manifesting, it has so many moving parts to it. And the thing about it is, for the spiritual world, for the esoteric world, none of those definitions quite match up to what we feel like manifesting is. But truthfully, the art of manifesting is the thought and the belief that you can think your dreams into reality. Okay, and you can do this by visualization. You can do this by visualization and yes, and affirmations. That's right, and affirmations. You can do your affirmations. I'm not an affirmations person. I do believe in them, but I don't. I don't necessarily do affirmations. A lot of people get, and that's the thing we're going to talk about too. You're going to find your own way that suits you. Okay, some people love doing affirmations, and they can manifest through affirmations. I have not been able to easily manifest through affirmations, but they do work. They do work. And then also affirmation manifesting is different from setting intentions and manifesting, because affirmations it's like not kind of it builds up your confidence. Okay, so that's what affirmations are. They're techniques to build up your confidence. And so when it comes to things like materialistic things and physical things, things you can touch, taste, smell, feel, hear, you want to stick to setting intentions and manifesting. Okay. Um, we're gonna go over some of the myths. I'm gonna answer some very general questions for manifesting. And if you have questions about it, definitely comment below. Also, before we get started, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay, so let's get into it. So one of the things I always struggle with was setting intentions. I never fully understood setting intentions. Now, you do not have to set intentions every time you want to manifest. You will become, well, first of all, most techniques that we'll learn throughout this time, you don't even have to set intentions for. Okay, but then also when it comes to it as well, um, when it comes to you'll get so versed in it that you won't even have to set intentions. You'll just be able to speak something into existence. There's that saying, ask, believe, receive, and that's certainly something that's a really true technique that happens. It's manifesting, and it's a real technique. And I feel like once you master it, or once you not even master it, but once you get used to it, you'll definitely get that technique down. Should you manifest every single day? You absolutely should. If that doesn't mean it has to be something different every single day. It could be the exact same thing. For a while, every single day, I set the intentions for it, and I manifested to be in receiving mode. Okay, so that's something that you can do every single day, if that's what you want. If every day you want to have you want maybe your job or someone to pay for your lunch, and you want a free lunch every single day, manifest it. Just set the intentions and manifest it, like literally. And that's but yes, you want to sit there and manifest, set intentions, and or manifest every single day. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Like truly, truly, truly. I feel like your connection with the divine or God, the universe, whatever you want to call this person up above that controls all of us. Not controls, but whatever you feel like you want to call him or her. I feel like the connection is so strong already. And you want to be able to get to that person really quickly. And then truly, I feel like you can. Anything you want, you just ask for. Honestly, manifesting is just kind of like it's like fortifying this what you're asking for. It's fortifying. It's telling them how aggressive you're gonna be with it, how badly you want it, and it's telling them, you know, it's like fortifying it. You know, it's same thing with candles and crystals and oils and things like that. They're really good. They work, but it's just like a fortifier. If it solidifies your message. Okay, so it's like your prayers. Then when the prayers isn't enough, you do your manifesting. When the manifesting isn't quite enough, you do your oils and your candles. Also, when there are blockages and delays, that's when you need to start doing your, your manifesting and your oils and candles as well. Okay, that's another good way to help out when it comes to blockages and things like that. Which will be another video we'll talk about. So, what else did I say? So, when you set intentions, you want to make sure that your intentions and your manifesting work hand in hand, like they go together. You have to make sure that. So, it's like, for example, when you do so you set your intention, your manifestation, what you want to manifest, it should be, it shows how you feel or how you see or view your intention. For example, if you're setting intentions for joy, it literally say, I set the intentions for joy, a joyful day. And then in your manifestation, you write down, I hope this fool don't call me on no BS. I don't want anybody calling me on no BS. Well, that's not quite what your intentions are. It doesn't quite match up with your intentions. And you never want to manifest something like that to happen, because it definitely will. Because it's all in your mind. It's all about the energy you put into it, the focus you put into it. So if you want to set the intentions for joy, a joyful day, then you want someone, everyone that gets in contact with you, you want it to be sweet and easy and soft. You want, those are just examples. That's not what I'm saying you want, but I'm just saying those are just examples. But for you to sit there and put in your manifestation part, I don't want this fool to be on no BS. Like, it's like, nah, that's not gonna mesh well. Okay. Yeah. So again, you should manifest what it looks like, what it feels like to you, and all that type of stuff. And it also, there's different parts to manifesting as well, but you also want to make sure that you're detailed a little bit in your manifesting as well. So, for example, you could say, I set the intentions for a joyful Friday. Today is Friday, February 7th, 2025. I want a joyful Friday. And you say, you're going to manifest, I want to have a bike ride with the kids, and then we're going to stop, grab ice cream, and then bike ride back to the house and eat the ice cream. Okay? That's what you want to set your intentions for, and that's what you want to manifest, right? So, now, does manifesting come to fruition all the time? Yes and no. Yes and no. So, for example, with the bike ride, with the previous thing, with the bike ride, now you set the intentions that you want to ride bikes with the kids, right? But then your nieces and nephews come over, or maybe some kids from the neighborhood see you guys and like, I want to come. Well, you weren't specific, and that's not necessarily a good or bad thing, because there's no such thing. But it's like, in your mind, you're like, I'm just thinking about my kids, Now I got all these kids, and this is like the more the merrier. Also, like think that way because it's expansion, right? You always want to be expanding on all of your thoughts anyway. So and that's what I'm saying. So yes, your manifestation came true, and then some. That's and then some part. Okay, so be thankful. Be very thankful. Be very appreciative. Show gratitude. That's one thing I have to work on is showing gratitude. So I always after my manifestations come into fruition, I always say thank you to my guides. I always pray to God and thank Him as well. But I don't. I guess in my mind I need to do more. I mean, at the end of the day, God knows your heart, and your angels and your guide, spirit guide does as well. It's just sometimes, some days, I feel like I could be more gratuitous. I can show more gratitude. And if you feel that way, if you feeling that way, then you should absolutely do it. But I do feel like definitely thanking God, thanking your guide, your spirit guide, and your angels for doing that. Side note, everyone, 99.99999% of us have one spirit guide. Okay? We have one spirit guide. And many, plenty, a plethora of angels. The amount of angels you have around you, you can always simply just ask for more angels, and you'll have them, and you'll feel them. You'll feel them around you as well. But you have, and as expanse and wide as the universe is, you have that amount of angels as well. So you have one spirit guide, and you can always have as many angels as you want to. And that's just how it goes. Angels and spirit guides. Spirit guides are angels, but angels are not spirit guides. If that makes sense. Like, all thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs. Is that right? Something like that? All thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs. Okay? So that's kind of what it is with angels and guides. Like, there are two different types of angels. And the spirit guide is an angel, but an angel is not a spirit guide, So that's just a little side note. I've been really aggravated with these tarot readers and esoteric people, because not most of them think you have like 3, 4, 5 spirit guides. No, you have one. For the most part, everyone has one. Every so often, you'll see someone who has two. I happen to believe I'm one of the ones that has two, but that's neither here nor there. That's not this video, okay? So, okay, we said most times they do come true, okay? So, like the one with the bicycle ride with the kids and things like that, it came true. It wasn't to the fullest, but it was for your highest greatest good. You have to ultimately believe this is for your highest and greatest good. It's for you to expand. And it's also a lesson as well. Then you have some that don't come to fruition within your 3-day period. So that means there's a blockage or a delay. And that's another video in and of itself right there. For example, I have this one friend that I'm trying to work with and trying to get him on a better path. And I tried to manifest for him. And I really, listen, if you have any type of hesitation or any kind of subconscious negative feelings about manifesting for someone, because you can manifest for someone and also someone can manifest to you. But if you have a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of doubt, it will seep through in your manifestation. Also, with him, his mind is at such a dark place. I mean, it's a deep, deep, dark place that, one, I told him that I was going to manifest for him. And that was the wrong thing to do. I should have just manifested for him and never told him, because he is one of those persons who will turn your Queen of Cups upside down into the reverse, meaning he will misuse you, mistreat you, because you now have this power and he's going to try to get lottery numbers off of you, extra money off of you, like, help me do this with this person, I don't like that person, get rid of him. He's that type of person because he's in such a dark place. So I knew my manifestation would be blocked and or delayed. I'm thinking it's going to be delayed, because one, he has to forget about that I was manifesting for him. That's number one. Number two, he has to come out of that place. So again, that's why we're gonna have a separate video about blockages and delays, because it's such an in-depth and deep conversation that needs to be had about that. Okay, it just really is. But trust and believe, if there is a blockage or delay in your manifestation, it's for your highest and greatest good, and it's also for the person. If you're manifesting for someone else, it's also for their highest and greatest good. Some things you just have to work through. You have to, like for me, it took me years to manifest. I learned about manifesting either late 2020 or late 2021. I learned about manifesting, and I started hearing about manifesting, and I want to say late 2021. And then by the top of 2022, I'm like, I'm ready to manifest. I'm ready to do this. First of all, at that time, for years, I had only heard about writing petitions. And I was so ready. I was so ready in like the beginning, like January 2022, top of the year, I'm ready, okay, to write my first petition and manifest the whole life. And I'm going to be honest, to this moment, to this day, it still has not come into fruition, okay? I have rewritten that same petition and amended it and edited it numerous times. I have burned them, scratched them out, torn them up, buried them, sealed them, forgotten about them. I've done so many things. I have done so many things. And it's taken until maybe fall of last year for me to realize why it's a delay and a blockage on that petition. And it wasn't that I didn't know how to write it. It wasn't that it wasn't going to come true. It's just I had so much work to do on the inside. And again, although my petition has not come into fruition, I do believe it's going to come to fruition and then some. But I had so many other moving parts to it. And we're going to get about that in another video, because now I'm able to manifest. I mean, I just told my friend moments ago, like a half an hour ago, I can manifest just speaking it into existence. I don't have to sit down and write anything. I don't have to scribe. I don't have to visualize. I just do. Well, I kind of did visualize, but it was like literally a hot second. I literally said something, slowed down, and kept going. And it's like to the point where my friend didn't even know I had stopped to do something. She was just like, I thought we were just having a conversation, because we were. I was very active in that conversation, and I was very active in what I said as well. Okay? So that's something that we'll talk about soon. And also, yes, someone can manifest you. I was manifested like about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Well, it was like the end of like late fall, early winter of 2022. Okay. I had run into this guy, and I had met this guy, and it was like he had seen a ghost. Okay. And he said he had a dream about me. I want to say, anyway, he had a dream about me, down to the vehicle, and that I had a child or children in the back. He couldn't see the child, but he knew I had kids. And I mean, the color of my vehicle, the make and model, what I would be wearing, down to the T, the time of day where he manifested me. But also his birthday is a manifesting birthday. He's a self-fulfilling prophet type of birthday. His birthday is, look it up. Look up the traits of October 22nd, 1022 birthdays. Look it up. He's just like self-fulfilling prophecy. So I would like to say with all of my heart, if someone tells you they manifested you, or you feel like someone has manifested you and their energy is not what you desire, deserve, then you can absolutely break away from that person. This person is not all people that manifest you are here to be permanent in your life. They're not to be in your life. Some of them not to be in your life at all, because you don't know what the intention was set for that. Now, I don't know if he set intentions. He never said he manifested me, but the fact that he told me I was in his dream lets me know he had manifested. And so with that, first of all, I was fearful because that ain't cool. When we go over these techniques, I will not do love. I'm just not that type, because free will, and it's like people, when you manifest someone, it's like you become fixated. It's like a fetish of some sort, and it's like, yes, you can manifest yourself out of something into something else, but more than likely, you're going to become fixated and say, if I was able to manifest this person, that means we're supposed to be together. And that's not true. It's simply not true, because first of all, that person has free will. And that just because you manifested that person does not mean that person will desire you or feel like they need to be stuck or tied to you. We're not doing a double card, okay? So, with him, I introduced him to a lady that would be able to help him expand and grow his techniques. And I left his ass right there at that door. I have not seen him since. I did speak with that lady, and she said, yeah, she hooked him up with another lady, and that person was able to help him manifest his dream life. So I didn't even bother to ask and go further. I said, just as long as I don't run into his ass when I come to see you. Because he was not for me. But our time was very limited. You can limit your time as much as you need to. I think we stayed in each other's auras, maybe it's a month and a half. Definitely, he was gone before the end of January. He was gone, he was gone before 2024 got here. He was gone by the end of 2023, he was gone. His ass was grass by the end of 2023, so a few months. But, I say that to say, think about Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti, okay? Bless her. I absolutely love her and their whole family. And I just don't think that he's a good match for her. I think she covets a lot. I think she just desperately, and you get that sometimes when you come from a family like hers, who your father is a reverend. He's literally a reverend, and you guys got a deep roots in the church and things like that. Or I think they're Catholic, and things like that. It's just it's difficult, and she is definitely in her high priestess reverse. She's very off the track of where she needs to be, but I remember that people, because I don't follow him, I don't know anything about Yo Gotti. I literally had to Google who her boo was, only because I remember people saying that he manifested her, and so and I remember hearing that, and then I listened to the songs. He had like 2 or 3 songs out where he spoke about Angela Simmons, and it's like with her, it's like, just because he felt this way, just because he manifested you, does not mean that you need to stay in that energy. And I feel like she needs to get out of his energy. And I feel like their time has run their course. and she needs to get on all his energy really, really soon. But she may be trying to save face. I don't know. He's never going to marry her. So I don't even know why she's staying. But that's neither here nor there. But yes, definitely, I really want that to be in your head. If you are manifested, you do not have to stay within that person's aura, their energy. They don't need to drain yours or anything like that. That's not what your spirit guide wants for you. That's not what your angels want for you, and that's not what the divine wants. What God wants for you either. Okay, that is not what you're here for. Everything is for your highest and greatest good, and that energy draining your finances, your physical, your mentality is not good, and you will not be able to manifest. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. So that's very important. Like, seal that in. Now you can just simply ask for protection. I would ask for protection as I'm going to sleep at night. Like, I have a bedtime routine. And it's so funny because I don't have a morning routine, but I have a nighttime routine. And at night, just before my head hits the pillow, I don't always, but oftentimes I ask for protection. Because at nighttime when you're sleeping, that's when you're at your most vulnerable. And people who manifest in the way that this gentleman manifests usually are up at night doing these things. And that's why you know for sure, or that's how you'll know for sure this person is coming from a dark place. Okay? Because usually they'll manifest you at nighttime, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Trust me, you will feel it. No. Last thing I want to talk about before I let you guys go. Well, a couple more things. When you are setting intentions and manifesting, there's like 3 parts. Okay, just hear me out. So part 1 is setting intentions if and when necessary. Okay, and then the second part is the actual list of your manifestation. Right, like you can do bullet points, you can do numbers, you can do literally, you can write down I manifest that, whatever. But the next part is your manifesting, and that's telling how you feel and or how you see your intentions being laid out. Okay, and then you want to go into detail. Now the last part is, I want to call it 3A. Because the last part is, after you go into your detail and you finish your detail, you need to take action. And you can put that in your, if you're writing like a petition, you can put that in within your petition, or whatever you're doing, you can put that part in there. But a lot of the time, there's a lot of things you won't need action for. Well, it depends on what you're really setting intentions for. But you definitely need some type of action. So let's go back to the bike ride example. You want to go on this bike ride with the kids, get ice cream, and come on home. Well, your action would be, some of your actions could be seeing who's all going to be home the next day for the bike ride, or whenever you want this bike ride to be. If everyone has bikes that are operable, tires are, full, they have helmets and other safety equipment, if that's something you're into. The ice cream store be open. Okay, is it gonna rain that next day? So these are some of the things you can take action towards. So, and then like, okay, well maybe you set intention for a joyful weekend, and maybe you wanted friends from high school to come on over. Okay, well, you want to be able to make sure the house is how you want it to be. Take action, clean up, organize, get some of this stuff, get some of that clutter gone. And also let me tell you guys something too. Like I feel like every 3 months you should be decluttering. organizing, decluttering. Something can be thrown away, and or removed or whatever. Like, I don't care if it's just dusting, if it's doing a deep mop, taking clothes to the Goodwill. Like, for example, my kids are still in their growing stages, so at least twice a year I can take clothes to the Goodwill, things that they've outworn. Okay, so yeah, things like that. You know, maybe maybe what's today? February. Maybe you still got the Christmas lights out, so that's something you can bring in. So, just things like that, little stuff like that. If there's like something outside that you need to do, outside the home you need to do it. Like, as far as like picking up the little pieces of paper, because like, especially like in the springtime when all the things have thawed out and you see all the shit that was thrown down on the floor, around in and around your house, or around your house during those months where the snow was just covering it. Yeah, go ahead and pick that stuff up. I'm telling you, when you do things like that, I feel like every 3 months, every time you do something like that, you gain clarity, insight, and you align yourself back with God. You're never out of full alignment, but you can be misaligned. And when you do things like that, you clear out that clutter, clear out that space, all this clarity comes, and alignment comes as well. And so you want to do that. You want to do that as often as possible, but for sure, every 3 months, okay? That's just a little something I was thinking about, okay? Oh, what about these like influencer? Somebody was asking me recently about like the influencer manifestors. I can't say. I just would say find your own path, your own technique, and we'll go through that too. Your own technique of manifesting. Some people really heavily lean on petitions. I feel like that's a bit much. That's a bit much, because petitions could be 3, 4, 5 pages long, and it's like, not to say that it isn't worth it, or that nothing is too much for what you want. Nothing is too much for what you want. Nothing is too much for God. Nothing is too much, okay? But I will say, in my mind, for me, for what my personal belief is, I don't feel like God wanted such space and distance, emotional distance, physical distance, personal distance between the two of you. I don't think he really wanted that. And I feel like the least channel you have between you and God, the better. Like the thin veil. You don't need it to be, yes, you want to be respectful, because essentially God is your father. He's the ultimate father, the ultimate parent. And so, of course, you're going to have a level of respect for your parent, right? Same thing with God. You're going to have a level of respect for him, but he also wants you to see that you're still on the same playing field, okay? And I don't feel like this needs to be so when it comes to manifesting. I really do feel like, especially when you get used to it and you allow your guards down and you see how expansive the universe is, you'll understand that I can simply just talk to God, pray, and he'll provide me with what I need, okay? So that's something we'll work on throughout this time as well. But yeah, I feel like some of these online people can be scammers, and then some of them have just found techniques that just really work for them, and they can easily manifest. And that's what we're going to go through, so many different techniques, because I want you all to find the technique that works best for you. Find what works best for you and keep using it. And I'm not saying don't ever try any other type of manifesting techniques, but find what absolutely works for you. Find what makes you comfortable. Find what gets you to where you want to get to. And because literally, a lot of my manifestation come true within sometimes moments, hours, days, 2, 3 days. It doesn't take long. It doesn't take long, and we'll all get there. Promise. I promise we'll all. I'm gonna get you there. I'm your manifest auntie. I'm going to get you there. And so that's all I have for you. Honestly, that's all I have for you at this time. I mean, we're at 35 minutes and some change. So yes, I'm gonna leave it there. Next time we are gonna talk about the different types of techniques. I think before we even go into techniques, we're gonna talk about blockages and delays. I don't know. We'll do one of them. That'll be next time. And then whenever I talk about the different types of techniques, we'll also use one of the techniques and try to and manifest. Not try to and manifest from there. So we're gonna go on a whole journey, y'all. Just come on with me. You know, let's love on each other. Let's find our own safe space, our own community to do this with, and we're in this together. I'm not gonna just put out a video and tell you go ahead and be out there. No, I'm gonna put out a video. I'm gonna check in with you, and then I'm gonna do more videos and check in with you as well, because that's what manifesting is. You don't need someone to hold your hand, but you need someone to hold your hand. It's like people put out these videos and then they don't check back in with you, and you never know. But I want to thin that veil, and I want us to absolutely manifest together. I mean, I want to build a whole community, a whole covenant. Okay? That's what I have for you guys. I really hope you all take care. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. So we're going on a manifesting journey, and we're going on a journey to build our community, build our YouTube channel, okay? Let's get it together, okay? It ain't nothing but money on the table, okay? I love you guys. Take care and see you real soon.